Hello everybody, I thought I would make a video about my recent trip to the DMZ, the border between North and South Korea. I signed up with a tour group to go on a tour of the DMZ, which also includes the JSA, the Joint Security Area, where both North and South Korean soldiers are present and allowed to more or less interact with each other. So it was a really cool experience, and I'll talk all about it. First off, I want to say that it is a seriously dangerous place, and I paid $100 to go on this tour. And a lot of people were like, "Well, Corey, that's kind of stupid. Why are you paying $100 to go to the most heavily fortified border in the world?" But I'm really interested in history stuff, and I thought it'd be cool to actually step onto North Korean soil. So the first picture I'll show you now is the waiver I signed. And I would like to just show you the point where it says, "Possible injury or death from enemy fire may result." So yeah, check that out. Alright, and some other things I need to say about the DMZ. It's, there's some space in between North and South Korea. I think it's 3 kilometers long, where there's supposed to be no enemy troops of any kind. It's just a barren wasteland, no man's land, no country has direct control over it. And it's kind of like this big wildlife nature preserve, actually, which is kind of strange. But, so in this middle there's nothing, but then I'm sure on the North Korean side there are big fences, and on the South Korean side there's a triple layer electric fence that spans the entire Korean peninsula. Also, behind these triple layered electric fence, there's periodic guard towers, command posts, and minefields like crazy. I think the statistic was there was 20 million landmines on the South Korean side. That's like 1 for every person in North Korea, which is crazy. And also, every South Korean man has to serve in the military for 2 years. So those South Korean men, what are they doing? They're, for the most part, hanging out in those guard posts, watching out for the North. So that's all pretty cool stuff right there. Alright, now I want to show you a series of pictures of me actually at the JSA. It's the single part of the demilitarized zone where there can be a few soldiers from each side, where they're supposed to be able to talk to each other and have dialogue between North and South Korea. And there's all these blue buildings, as you'll see, and we were escorted by some U.S. military and some Korean soldiers who were in this super defensive taekwondo stance. It was really cool, and I also have some pictures here too of the Korean soldier who was watching us. If you'll see in the first pictures, the Korean soldier is visible, but then he kind of steps to the left and hides himself behind a pillar because we were all taking pictures of him. Alright, the next building we went into is one of the blue buildings, and that was the building where most of the peace negotiations were done for the Korean War. However, the final peace, well, it's not peace, sorry, ceasefire, peace has never been declared. The final ceasefire agreement was actually signed at some building in North Korea because North Korea wanted the credit, but this building is largely regarded as where the ceasefire was formed. And this building is actually half in North Korea, half in South Korea. And there's some pictures of me in the building giving the peace sign, technically in North Korea. So it's really cool for me. Kind of a funny thing I noticed was on the north side of this building, there's this little room for the translators to be able to communicate. And the North Koreans have a crank phone used to be their translator phone. So I think they're a little bit behind in the technology there.